and welcome to Rune Reviews as we review Daredevil. Today, I'm going to go around the room and talk about my host for a second. Today, I got my girl Raven from the Houston We Have a Problem podcast doing our fact checking. What's up?
Hello. I'm here by myself, the lone non-nerd. We miss you, Teddy.
We got Feek Blurman here from Married to Shade and Black Astronauts.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Teddy was dead weight, but we'll see him on the next episode.
We got Ceewhy also from the Black Astronauts podcast. What's up, man?
I feel torn. I don't know which way to go. She misses Teddy. He's like, forget him. He's gone. I don't know what to say.
No doubt. And my name's Aaron B. For also host and producer of the Black Astronauts podcast, and I miss CJ. How about that?
Absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah. We shout out to CJ.
Definitely miss this.
So, Feek, could you go?
So I'm just gonna talk about another woman while I'm sitting right here.
When a woman's fed up. Anyway.
Right. You went straight Angela Bassett.
Feek, if you could tell me about what we're reviewing today.
We are reviewing slightly late the second season of Daredevil on Netflix. The synopsis is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, with his other senses superhumanly enhanced, fights crime as a blind lawyer by day and a vigilante by night. It stars Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock / Daredevil, Deborah Ann Woll as Karen Page, Aiden Henson as Foggy Nelson, Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, Royce Johnson as Sergeant Brett Mahoney, John Bernthal as Frank Castle, a.k.a. The Punisher, and Elodie?
Yeah, Elodie Young.
Elodie Young as Elektra.
Yes. So
do we know Elektra's real name? Is it really just Elektra?
Yeah, it's Elektra. So we're going to get into what we like about it, overall impressions, and things like that. Raven's going to be up there fact-checking, telling us when we're right, telling us when we're wrong. So our review is going to be a little different. It's not going to have a ton of facts as far as you looking for comic books, as far as what comic book to go to read this. We're not going to give you any of that. I just don't have that type of knowledge. Like, I have the knowledge for it. I don't have it off the top of my head. So if you want something like that where it's intensive and you can get like comic book knowledge as far as comparing to the series, go check out Movie Trailer Reviews. They did a Daredevil / Elektra corner and review, and it was really good. They go into a lot of it. What we're going to do is talk about our overall impressions and feelings about Daredevil Season 2. So I'm going to go with Ceewhy. Give me just briefly your overall thoughts. Ceewhy?
I think he died.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
you now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. My bad. So overall, I thought the season was really dope. Overall, the word that just kind of encompasses the whole season is ninjas. There's just ninjas everywhere, like, and they're quiet.
The ninjas.
Bro, like, the ninjas were perfect because they were quiet. You could not hear the ninjas. And, like, they made it a point where they were like, he was like, I can't tell where their heartbeat is at. They're masking it from me. All of this. Like, he's trying to figure that out. I thought that point was really dope. Because sometimes ninjas, like the Foot Clan type ninjas, they get played out. Yeah. They're weak. So
be jumping on garbage cans and shit.
Yeah, you're just a dude with a
guns
mask.
And shit.
Yeah, like, no, these are real deal ninjas that would kill you if they had the chance. And so I appreciated them. So yeah, that was overall. I thought it was really dope. I'm looking forward to season 3, and they did a great job with the Punisher. They did a great job with Elektra. It keeps getting better. So I'm with it.
No doubt. So what about you, Feek? What did you think about your overall impressions?
So I am not as high on it. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Everybody got me?
Yeah, you ain't going.
I am not. Yeah. I'm not as high on it as CY. It was good. I thought that the first season was overall better. And the main reason for that is because the Kingpin was just like, that nigga was amazing. And I still feel like the best thing I've seen in terms of like comic based TV is Jessica Jones. So I had a lot of that in my system watching it. Best part of it was Punisher. And I don't know, like it was hard for me to it took me. So the main reason why this is coming late, y'all, is because everybody was waiting on me. And although I was like doing a lot and starting a new job, I could have made more time to watch it, but I just really wasn't super into this season. It just didn't grab me like the last couple of things that I've seen have. Like I finished The Flash, for example, in like 3 days.
Now, do you think if you would binged this, like if you had the time to binge it, it would have been a different situation?
That's what I'm saying. I'd have made time to binge it if it was really that good. You know what I'm saying? It took longer to watch because I was just taking like my time. Like I watched episode 12 maybe like last Tuesday. I didn't watch, so that's the second to last episode. I didn't watch the last episode till Monday night.
Oh wow.
You know? Because I wasn't really all that. I watched 3 episodes of Sons of Anarchy in between. And 2 episodes of Archer. And then rebought Madden. All in that frame of time before watching the last episode.
That sounds like you're really down on it. Are you down on it, or are you just?
I'm not down on it. So I'm not going, like, this is not Batman vs Superman. This is not all the other things I legitimately do not like or think were bad. It was just not as good as other things that I've seen in the past couple of years as it pertains to TV shows based on comics, which is mostly I'm just spoiled.
Yeah.
Let me put that out there. Had this been the first season of Daredevil, or, had this been the first time I've seen, legit comic style TV show on deep TV, I probably would have thought this was amazing. But having went through the first season, Jessica Jones, 3 seasons of Arrow, 1 season of Flash, a handful of Walking Deads, and a couple other things I can't think of right now. This kind of it has to. It has to work its way up. I just thought of it really. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save that one. I'm turning over a new leaf. That's peak Blurman.
I'm sure it'll come back up later in the episode.
No.
But yeah, that was brief synopsis and overall impressions. I'm the total opposite, man. I think this was one of the best adaptations of a comic book that you could get to, as far as tone and truth to the character and the source material. It's kind of hard to be any more in depth than the People versus the Punisher. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, this is going to be a spoilers review. I mean, shit, if you haven't seen it by now. And I'll put it in the title as well. But yeah, you can't get more comic booky than the People versus the Punisher, dog. Or I think it's Punisher versus New York, or something like that. I can't remember the exact.
Yeah, it's one of those pivotal moments, fam.
No, I mean,
I don't.
I just think that it's since it's straight out to comic, it was amazing to see, because it was almost line for line how they did it. And then,
but that's what I'm saying. Why it's pivotal. It's pivotal that moments like that do well for this show, because that's what's going to keep people like us interested.
Yeah, and also I will say this. I felt like the last couple episodes, Feek, you are correct. It took some power to get through them, but I just think because that season probably needed to be another 2 episodes. And the reason I say this, they forced a lot of stuff in at the end, especially with Stick and the ninjas and all that.
Yeah,
niggas taking screenshots.
And Elektra.
Anyway.
So I don't know.
Right.
You know what I think it is, and I was thinking this as I was watching it. Daredevil's not very good. The actual guy, what's this dude's name again?
Matt Murdock. You don't? Are you talking about the actor?
The actor,
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox. You
I
don't
think
him?
he's very. I realized I didn't really like him in this season.
I don't think you were meant to like him in this season, though, because all that good.
This is Arrow had a season like this too, where you're just like, man, I love fuck Ollie.
No. See, if I say fuck Ollie, then I know the actor and the writer are doing their job. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
right. That's not what you're saying.
I'm saying I kind of don't care. When is Punisher coming back? I want to see Punisher talk to Kingpin again. Elektra's pretty cool. I don't know. I think I had a bias because Elektra's, and this is gonna be bad and but Elektra is a little too skinny for my prepubescent memories. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real petty.
That's real petty, and so maybe I took away some points from her that she deserved. But like everybody else on the screen, I was cool with. Foggy, fucking Karen Page, the black cop. Everybody else on the screen, I was really like into when they were on screen. But if Daredevil wasn't fighting, I really just wasn't feeling him. I think the only time I really felt him was when he was talking to the Punisher. Like that whole rooftop scene was dope.
So that kind of leads me into what we were actually going to be talking about for our first.
He's a very good actor. His like I found out he was British.
Yeah. He's,
Go ahead.
You were breaking up a tad bit. But that's okay. Go ahead and speak again. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. So the reason why I think I noticed that he was bad is because I noticed he was British. I didn't know he was British in the first season, and halfway through this season, his accent like failed him a couple of times, like in the first couple of episodes. Then I looked him up and I was like, okay, this dude's British. And then I started feeling bad for white men in America because it's like they just can't get a fucking break. They can't even play themselves on TV no more.
So
that is the most Uncle Ruckus thing that you have ever said.
So I wanted
in your life.
I wanted to go into what they did right. So and you kind of already covered your portion a little bit.
Yeah.
Fig, Ceewhy, could you kind of go into what they did right? And Raven, while we're doing this, if you could look up the comic book The People versus the Punisher for me, or New York versus the Punisher, and tell me who wrote it, if you don't mind. Go ahead, CY.
Want it?
Okay, vet. So yeah, things that I feel like they did right. They maintained the feel of Hell's Kitchen. It doesn't feel like it's filling up. Sometimes on Arrow, I can feel like there's way too many people fighting in one room.
Yeah.
It's like Royal Rumble sometimes, depending upon what's going on. So it's nice to see this universe kind of expanding, see this neighborhood really just kind of expanding and characters coming into it, and you still feel like there's room for Jessica Jones to pop up or whoever else. The fight scenes were dope. My man John that's playing the Punisher, he's doing a great job. I was really shook when they picked him because he's a short dude. Like, he's a little dude. And I'm like, man.
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah.
Did not know that. That's good fucking cinematography.
Exactly, and that's my point. Because I was like, man, if Punisher don't look like he's gonna hurt somebody, like I can't be with it. And he was dope like that on The Walking Dead. Like he just kind of played himself up, and he's one of my favorite characters from there. But so yeah, fight scenes were great. The city itself was dope. I can feel you on the acting on Murdoch's. I can't remember dude's real name.
Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox. There we go. My bad. I got the thing right here. Charlie Cox. But there were some other, some other times when people were acting and it was just great. Like when they brought Kingpin back in and Stick, his character is dope. Elektra's character is a little bit dry, but she has her moments. So I feel like they're doing a pretty good job. Daredevil, just the acting from that actor could have been way better, Mr. Cox. But besides that, I really think it was dope. I do feel what you're saying, though, Feek. But anytime Punisher shows up, he's going to eclipse Daredevil, just kind of point blank, period. Because everybody wants to see him. He's kind of the new guy. So,
so I kind of,
he's just going to be that.
It's not about, for me, it's not about right or wrong. And kind of, we'll get into people's opinions just overall a little bit just in a few minutes. But I'll tell you what really, really, really worked for me. Elektra and Matt's relationship. Because that's Daredevil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that she came in and even Foggy was like, oh my God, this, when you got your crazy ex, man.
Your boy be like,
oh,
fam, not such and such.
You know what I'm saying? And then Foggy worked out really well.
It's so funny because I've never cared about his character until this season. Like even the last season and just the actual comics, the movie, but that just shows you. And that's kind of why I looked at Cox like, dude, what are you doing? You're the Daredevil.
But and to see the thing with Cox is I think his acting is not bad. I think the character he's playing is one that he's always in constant struggle, and if you're not thinking about it from that point of view, it is going to be a little grating to look at. But if you think about, like the Catholic guilt that he's dealing with, and you know what I'm saying, like that, if you take that into account when he does his performance, it makes a lot more sense.
And the fact that, when he's just, Matt Murdock, he's like a really nice guy. He's helping blind old ladies and letting them pay him in like pie and shit like that. Like he's really trying to take care of people. So, like I get that. I'm hoping that the character will evolve. If he stays like this, it's gonna bother me. I'm hoping he's gonna like black out into a rage. If Elektra gets killed a certain way and da. I'm hoping if something like that happens to show more dynamic between the character. But I feel you on that. But you got to recognize that they're still building the character.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely. What we'll start. Because I'm sorry, we'll go to our next portion. It's gonna be a lot of editing in the goddamn show.
Right.
What they did wrong. So not necessarily what they did wrong, because I don't think there were a ton of flaws in this. But I felt like they could have put a little more emphasis on. I think the villain this year was kind of all over the place because we had so many.
Right.
Not that
because it was really supposed to be Nobu, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Nobu, and in the end,
in
the end it was. But I feel like Kingpin was the right amount of time in there.
Right.
But if he wasn't in there, that would have maybe gave a little more time for Nobu and maybe got to the ninjas a little quicker. I think Kingpin, whenever he's on the show, kind of
it steals the show.
Yeah, it eclipses everything.
That's because he's the best. He's the best actor in the building. That dude is incredible.
That dude is ridiculous.
But
he's just incredible. Like even watching him fight, it's so amazing how he embodies that character effectively. Because Vincent D'Onofrio is not like an action dude,
right?
But his acting perfectly encompasses the wild rage inside.
Yep, exactly. He's gonna go ape shit, and that's how he fights,
swinging arms at you.
Yep.
Like the gorillas off Congo,
But when he gets
you were
your back, he's trying to break your arms. Like
you were breaking up. It's gonna be so.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was saying, and when Kingpin gets his hands on you, he's not stupid with it though. He's trying to break your back. He's trying to break your arms. Like he's not just a wild beast. He's kind of on the level of that. Damn, this is you're gonna pull my nerd card. What was that gorilla's name in the Flash that was in the sewer?
Grodd.
Yeah, he's kind of on the level of that when he's fighting. Like he knows what he's doing, but he goes wild.
Yeah.
And so I understand not wanting him to be in the whole thing because now he's at a point where he's so good, you kind of want to teach. He's like The Rock in wrestling. You don't bring him out every episode, But I agree with you that if they would have focused more on one of the 4 side characters / side narratives, like I feel like they maybe should have made it all about him and the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like giving us the Punisher and giving us Elektra and giving us the Hand was unnecessary. Like we could have taken the Punisher, because he had the Punisher 3 episodes? And it was a wrap.
Yeah,
was it 2?
You mean Kingpin?
No. I mean Daredevil
2 episodes in.
Caught the Punisher. Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 episodes in. The Punisher had already done his work. Yeah. And I feel like that was. I feel like they. So I will make a Dawn of Justice analogy, in that they gave us maybe a little bit too much at once, because a full season with just the Punisher would have been fine. A full season with Elektra the Hand would have been fine too. You know what I'm saying? So giving us the Punisher, Elektra and
the
Hand would have been boring. I'm sorry.
I think if they'd have focused on it better, I think they could have made it work.
Opposite. I actually like as far as the Punisher versus Elektra, I kind of like Elektra's storyline a little better.
It's dope, but it's dope because we got just enough of it. Yeah, if we had to go all Elektra in this whole season, I don't think it would have been as solid. Even with the complaints.
Well,
here's the other thing. Go ahead.
Well, this is the thing I was going to say. Really, I think that it was a right mix. I'm not really that down on all the mix of characters. I felt like it was enough to keep me interested, without being overwhelmed. Like the hand,
Right.
like this is the thing. The hand is gonna be like the shit that they're seeding is gonna be.
Yeah, the hand is there.
Well, and that's the thing. The shit they're seeding is gonna carry over into other shows. Like this isn't the end. Like at the end when Foggy meets with Hogarth, you know what I'm saying? Like that he's going over to Jessica Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like he just met with her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big deal. Like the hand.
Yeah.
We never found out what the Black Rain was. You know what I'm saying? Like that still got to be addressed. You know what I'm saying?
See, I always thought that you mean the Black Sky, right?
Sky. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I always thought the Black Sky was Elektra.
It was.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were saying.
Because remember when they were trying to kill the kid the first time, and Stick already knew what was happening, and he was trying to kill the kid because he was the one who knew because he trained. So this kid was supposed to be the second coming of the Black Sky, but he ended up going and killing him.
Yeah, I mean that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I mean I get that portion. The portion I'm talking about is the fact that they have a 500-foot pit in the middle of New York.
Right.
And
okay, and they're
we
putting
have
her
no
in this
clue.
big old egg, and
that's
absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm completely oblivious. What is going on there?
I don't know.
So this is the story.
I'm amped, but I don't know.
And I don't really want to ruin it for you, especially if you haven't read the comic book. But this is just the beginning. Like shit is about to pick up. And it'll probably pick up.
I got that feeling.
Yeah, it's about to probably pick up in Luke Cage, which they're saying is going to be the Wire.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Which if it's anything closer to even a Wire.
So is it all going to come together with Iron Fist then?
No, they start filming the Defenders at the end of this year, and the end of the summer.
So they're not going to have Iron Fist in it? I thought Iron Fist, they just cast the guy.
They're already filming Iron Fist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've been filming Iron Fist for about 2 weeks. Luke Cage is done. Luke Cage is done in the can. It's already done.
Nice.
Yes, that's the fall, right?
Yeah. November something.
That's hot.
Yeah, so
that makes me happy.
But I did have Raven check that for me about who was the author. Excuse me, because that's pretty important to me as far as highlighting comic book artists. Dave Lapham in 2006. It was I believe it was People versus the Punisher or People versus New York. I have to look that portion up. I apologize, but
so here's a question: is Bullseye on his way then? Like, are we just gonna skip Bullseye?
Yeah. Well, no, Bullseye's coming. Like, and I feel like
I could have swore I saw him. Or
no,
am I tripping?
No,
Bullseye
hasn't been.
No, you tripping. He was not in there.
Okay. But let's keep moving. So we kind of gave that, and the kind of final thing I want to kind of go in. Let's try not to all talk about the Punisher. Let's all give one. I won't pick the Punisher. One standout performance. So whoever wants to go first, I won't. I know y'all both want to talk about the Punisher.
So I'll say the Punisher then.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
No, I'll let Ceewhy rock because
that's his man.
That's his boy from.
I know you was gonna try to play me. I know you was gonna try to play me.
So I mean, it's hard. Really, they're all. I guess you know what. No, I got to give it to I guess Deborah Ann Woll. So the first part of her character that it bothered me at first is I'm like, she's distractingly attractive. She just doesn't look right. She's clearly like a supermodel, and I was bothered that nobody was responding to her character as if her character would look like a supermodel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like if you go to Jessica Jones, right? So Jessica Jones herself and then her friend, they're both attractive women, but they're not like supermodels. And so when you come back to Karen Page, it's like Christy Brinkley or I don't know, insert white supermodel. I don't know who they are. But needless to say, my point is that she got over that for me because I was probably more engaged in her character than any other character that wasn't the Punisher. And I had no clue who she was or what her role in the comic book was. And I thought it was weird that nobody acknowledged how pretty she was as a story, as a plot element.
Well, because
I give her props for that.
Well, I don't think it was supposed to be a part of the plot. Like the fact that she
so what I'm saying is maybe she's miscast is the point I was trying to make.
Oh, yeah.
That she doesn't strike me as like the plucky, down on her luck girl from Kansas City that is kind of trying to make her way in New York. Like that girl, the girl I'm describing is like, it looks slightly overweight and maybe doesn't have the best skin, and has a funky haircut or something.
That's not Karen, that's not Karen Page though. Karen Page, Karen Page was a dark character. She was also like at one point a prostitute in the comic book. Like she went through a lot. Like she's been around in Daredevil comics for a little bit, and with the person you're describing, the naive, plucky, that's not Karen Page. So
no, not at all.
That's what even the former prostitute like person that's been through it. She killed
somebody last season, dog, and nobody addressed it.
Right. She didn't even address. She ain't talking.
Nope, and that's got to come back up. She
right. Did she shoot?
She killed Kingpin's right hand man.
Yeah, she did. I forgot about that.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Like her character has layers. And
right. All I'm saying is that she's slightly miscast.
Oh, okay.
No,
to me in New York, I'm just talking about her appearance. I'm giving her props. She had to me the most outstanding performance next to Punisher. So I'm giving her props because I had a bias against her looking at her in the show because I felt like she was out of place just physically. Does that make sense? It's kind of like the same issue I have with Adebisi playing Killer Croc, and like just physically, I need Killer Croc to be closer to 6'6", 6'8", not 6'2". Yeah, and I'm sure they can do tricks to fix that. So they didn't have to do no tricks though. The writing plus her acting made me care about what she was going through when she was on screen.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's slightly different, but not to beat a dead horse, but I mean, needing a mutated dude to be 6'8" makes a little bit more sense than somebody who's down on their luck has to be, look a certain way. And, like you can't, just because you look a certain way doesn't mean you can't be down on your luck and stuff not happen to you. So that was my thing. I was willing to just kind of engage the character, how she kind of came. And I think that's another thing too that would, just kind of in that culture, our culture, that we need to be willing to accept, a little bit different idea of what everyday people will look like and what they go through, because, we want people to accept our biases too. So I'll give it a shot. That's why I gave it a shot. But anyway, I hear you.
So I'll go with mine and then we'll party off the Punisher because everybody's picking the Punisher, but just Ceewhy's people. I'm going to go with Foggy, man. Foggy blew me away, dog. He handled, as far as the court shit, he handled all the court shit. Matt was over there being Daredevil, coming in late. Right. He was like absentee father. You know what I'm saying?
Booty calls and ninja fights.
And coming in like, oh, what we doing? Like, and Foggy held it down. Like, Foggy showed me in the court. I wish we would have got Matt in the courtroom more, but I'm happy that we got Foggy in such a strong role, because last year he wasn't. Like, he was more comic relief.
He was shook.
This time he had his girl, you know what I'm saying? He was more, Foggy felt like us. Foggy felt like the audience. Like, Matt, what the fuck are you doing, dog? Like, I'm telling you to stop, please stop. And you keep doing it, you keep lying to me. And I see why he got frustrated.
You keep fucking with Elektra.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Foggy.
And you're fucking with Karen at the same time, and you knew I liked Karen, but I'm not even tripping about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk to Karen. I'm not even tripping about that. That's cool, but I'm just saying, dude, like, you're out here fucking up.
Yeah, so
Foggy
stole the show, not stole the show, but he really shined for me. Also, Fulton from the Mighty Ducks. That's Foggy.
That's where he's from.
Yep.
Oh my God. I've been like, who is this motherfucker?
Yep.
And I'm too lazy to IMDb.
I can't say it either.
His ass.
IDBM, I think.
So, Ceewhy.
Fact check, Raven.
IMDb. It's IMDb.
IMDb. So. What was the question again? Hit me again.
I just want to let y'all know y'all struggled just a little bit too hard with that. It's Internet Movie Database, IMDb.
Internet. Oh, I didn't. Okay. I never knew what it stood for.
Fact checker.
You're welcome.
Yep, that's what you're here for.
Just go in, dog. It's the Punisher, dog. Your favorite character.
Right. Yeah. Standout performance, Punisher, favorite character. Absolutely, they did a really good job with him. I feel like they're slowly cooking this character up to be exactly what he needs to be. They're kind of showing the process, the whole, court situation with him. Like, nah, really, I wasn't, I'm not insane. I knew what I was doing. The whole side narration from Karen Page, just, her just feeling for him. Like, look, if somebody shot my people, she pretty much said that. Like, somebody shot my family in front of my face, I know what I would be on. Like, I get it. So that part of the story is dope. Daredevil himself starting to understand Punisher a little bit more, but he knows that there always is going to be beef there, and then that is kind of pulling him away from Foggy. So just the pull that Punisher has as soon as you drop him into this world has been really dope. He's affected pretty much everybody that's in Hell's Kitchen except for like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones at the moment. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, bravo, man. Like, as soon as he got cast, I was like, that's Punisher.
Yep, I remember hitting you at like 3 a.m. like, fam, I'm amped.
I had no clue who he was. I looked at his face though, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty damn close.
That nigga.
And the performance that he's giving here, if it's anything like what he gave on The Walking Dead, y'all are in for a treat.
Yo, he's playing Shane from The Walking Dead. Like,
pretty much, just a little bit more military. Instead of a cop, he's a little bit more military. Like, bro, like, this dude has the ability.
Did he have a Georgia accent?
No, it was more of an East Coast, probably like Pittsburgh accent. I felt like it was.
But yeah,
something like that.
Punisher standout fight scenes, man. Like, well, his intro, he came in blowing niggas off, like
you didn't even see him,
like blowing niggas heads off, man. Like he came in, put the shotty to somebody's face, and they showed
bro.
Really?
Bro, and then hid behind the top of a damn coffin and was like, "Fuck it, I'm about to die."
And had planned,
but I'm about
planned it from the beginning to know that he was gonna get that pain. He's like,
and had the razor blade hidden in his forearms, man.
So, hey, did I miss something? Where the fuck did he come from in the last scene of the show? Did he just pop up right at that moment?
Yeah, he had popped. He
popped up to help.
Yeah, he popped up to help.
I mean, I figured that. I was just a little like, I thought they maybe missed the opportunity there, because it's like the nigga had on his uniform. Like I was just waiting for.
You missed that.
He was like, yeah, like I didn't miss the uniform. I figured they were gonna do it like they did Daredevil last season. Like, they're treating Daredevil kind of like an RPG. At the end of every season, he gets a level up. And so, like, last season he finally got his real suit. This season he got the grappling hook, walking stick, which I thought was like,
bravo.
Yeah.
That shit was ill. I like the dude that makes his weapons. I fucks with him.
Oh yeah, he also makes a lot of the Marvel characters' costumes.
Nice.
I think he does. He did Iron Fist suit as well, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's a character in the comic. But let's go into overall, and then we'll end it. But our overall favorite episode. I'll go first. Gotta say, New York's Finest, dog. Like, when they were trapped, when they were trapped face to face.
Rooftop.
Oh damn, that's what I was gonna pick.
Nigga, that monologue.
Yeah.
That monologue is straight out of the comic book. It is. Mm-hmm. We were just watching a live action comic book at that time, and it was gripping.
Yeah,
like they were acting their asses off. Like, that's why I don't get why you said that. Like, I get.
Well, that was the only time where I connected with him. Well, like I said, only time he's been good to me is when he's bouncing off the Punisher, and the handful of moments when he bounced off freaking Kingpin. Yeah. But just by himself, or bouncing off Foggy or Karen, in as Daredevil or not, bouncing off Elektra, it just didn't really click for me.
You know what though? Let me say this too. Is dude really blind?
No, hell no.
Okay, so I'm just double checking. I didn't think so. I'm just making sure. Trying to consistently act blind all the time, but as a dude who can still kind of see, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
That's got to be real tough, because your eye, you can't connect with anybody with your eyes, but then there are times where you're like 2 feet away from somebody wiping blood off their face. Like, you got to walk with a stick, and then 2 seconds later, throw that stick up somewhere, and then jump up on a ladder and just keep it moving super smooth and make it look right. So, I think that that's probably a tough move to pull off. I don't know if we've ever really watched anybody who was blind act for 13 hours and still be intrigued. So there may be subtle cues to it that we just don't understand. Just like when I'm watching like British comedies and shit.
I'd like to interject and say that most of the time they'll have them in like lenses or glasses that are really, really dark, so they're pretty much blind, and it's close enough.
See, and that's what's so.
I'm gonna go back and watch it with that in mind, and somehow I missed half of the Catholic guilt stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I heard you say it, but it didn't click with me until
that's the thing.
Y'all said it tonight.
Yeah, that's the theme.
This show reads like a comic book, bro. You have to pay attention.
Yeah, you can't be playing PlayStation or Xbox. Like you got to be ready to sit down.
How would I watch it on? But I get your point.
Well, you got picture to picture on Xbox. Anyway, it's super easy. I'll tell you after show. But if you just watch it with that intent, you'll like it. I guarantee you, because I know the type of like writing that you dig. If you watch it with that intent and just not being cynical, like you'll like it. Just let yourself be okay with it.
Yeah, even the priest said in one of the conversations, he was like, "You're asking for acceptance, and you've already made your choice."
Bro, you know what I'm
saying? And
the conversations with the priest are deep because the priest don't know what to do with them yet.
Yeah. You know,
he's kind of made up his mind, but I don't feel like he's all the way like, this is cool. Like, who knows what the priest's gonna do, man?
So, do either one of y'all have a standout episode that, like, just caught your eye other than that, or was that kind
of? A couple of moments caught my eye. I'll say that. Yeah, Punisher in the diner with Karen.
Yeah,
his speech was super dope. Like, it was one of the dopest things I've heard about love on TV. I would say. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so real. And then, of course, anything involving the Kingpin. Mostly, I guess, maybe Murdoch with the Kingpin.
Did you catch
anything involved? Say it again?
Did you catch what he did? What Kingpin did at the end? When he said...
when he's like, look up everything?
Everything. He knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
The lead.
Looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
There's another comic book. My names of comic books are really freaking me out. I can't remember them right now. But like everybody in Hell's Kitchen knows who Daredevil is, and they just too afraid to say anything. And I think that's the way they're going, which will be really, really interesting.
And that's gonna bring Daredevil to the place where I want him to be, where he's a little meaner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to when the shit gets real gritty. Like, it's gritty. He's scrapping now, but he ain't got that mean streak just yet. He ain't let it out.
Also, the Punisher telling him, "Hey, man, once you go past that line, baby, it ain't coming back." And that was a really good moment. So overall, let's just give our final impressions about.
Hold on, let me do my moments.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. My moments were the man, I can't remember. I had it written down, but I can't find a piece of paper. The fight on the yellow staircase.
Oh my God!
Like episode 1 or 2, right?
Nah,
maybe, yeah. Like they moved into it quick, and I was just like, "Damn, we're in the middle of a 5-minute fight, like in the beginning of the episode." Yeah, that fight was incredible.
You talking about the continuous shot?
Huh?
When it was shot as one continuous shot?
Yeah. Kind of like on that Protector Tony Josh.
Protector Tony, that's what I was thinking too when I was watching.
That was
they did it.
That was from episode 3.
Okay. Yep. They did that really well. I thought that was good. And a funny moment with Wilson Fisk when he first was talking to the Punisher in the jail yard when he's lifting weights. Like, the actor just looks real funny in that orange jumpsuit. Like, he looks like the Penguin. He looks like he looks like a little egg with legs. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for that, but he doesn't look as menacing in an orange jumpsuit.
Like in the suits, I will give you that.
Yeah, bro. He did. I wasn't really too.
They somehow made him look a little smaller than he really is. Somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Because
D'Onofrio's not a small dude. He's like 6'4".
Right.
But he didn't look that way at all in that scene. I love how he just.
Well, you could tell
he was just repping 800 pounds though. Like, they ain't even.
Oh yeah, like it was nothing.
They ain't bother to really focus on that. It was like, I'm repping 800. It was like something out of an Old Spice commercial.
Right.
It's all good. Welcome to the jail.
That's very true. But that part was hilarious to me. I died laughing. I put it on my Snapchat and everything. I was rolling. But yeah, those are my 2 standout moments.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have anything to say. Those are I can't talk today. Fuck. Sometimes you just gotta get it out. So we're gonna give our final thoughts and ratings. We're gonna do a 5-star rating system. So my final thoughts are, What a time to be alive, dog. What a time to be
Indeed.
alive. We just got Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, Nobu, Stick. We didn't even talk about how good Stick was in this season.
I love that dude, man.
Oh my
Ever
God.
since I seen him on Training Day, I messed with that dude.
He was on Training Day?
Yeah, he was the white dude that they ended up shooting when they came through the door.
yeah,
the drug dealing dude.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So
he's a great actor.
I say my complaints are far and few in between. As I always like to say, Marvel don't really fuck up, dog. Like, as much
Bruh.
as you can try and like think that it was not as good as the first season bar is so high that even the second season is still good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just bravo Marvel. Keep doing it. I'll be watching for Luke Cage. I give it 5 out of 5. It's a hell of a show. I'll go with you, Feet. What's up?
So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I can't take it too much lower,
which is really good.
Yeah, that's great for you. Actually,
it's still really
that's great
good
for you.
You know, I might end up because if Jessica Jones is a 5 out of 5, and Flash is a 4.5, this ain't that much worse than Flash and Arrow. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
You know, yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
No doubt. So what about you, Ceewhy?
You know, I have to give it a 5 myself. I really dig it. I like the direction that they're going in. It's in my top 3 out of what's out right now as far as just like nerd TV shows. It's in my top 3 for sure. Kind of juggling between 1 and 2 with Gotham, and I know you hate that but
no, that don't mean that you can't like it. I
know, I'm just messing with you. But Daredevil is dope. It's exactly what I need it to be. It's bloody. It's dark. It's basically Daredevil. I like dark stuff. I love Batman. So the Hellston is similar to Gotham. It's raining, it's dark, it's gross, it's nasty. It's the grossest part of New York that you can kind of think about. People are dying all the time. People still live there. So, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. I think it's awesome.
So, overall, that's a 4.6 average for season 2 of Daredevil. Sorry it came so late, but hopefully you all enjoy it like we did. This has been another episode of Rune Reviews on the Black Astronauts Podcast Network. Until then, y'all, peace.
Peace.